Hi, before we start this ASMR video, I'd like to thank all these members on my Patreon for their continued support. If you're looking for any content that I create on other platforms, check the link below. Now, let's get into the video. Hello there. Yes, you're in a studio where the voice of me is being used today as opposed to a light whisper. But that's what makes things more fun, more entertaining. I'm going to be conducting a series of little tiny tests on you today. Nothing big, nothing small, but also nothing extravagant, just subtle little things of just your sensual touch on how you feel things. So for example, a brush. Does it feel soft for you as I just brush over your face? Simple, light strokes. Can you feel it when I'm stroking you? Side to side on your face. Stroke, 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 stroke. But you've never had anybody stroke you before with a brush on your face. Well, you can finally say that you have. I have to tell you, this brush feels fantastic, and when I stroke you with it, well, I can see how your smiling shows approval. I tell you, I've got other sets of brushes that are fantastic at stroking you, but this is my favorite one. I can tell you I have stroked a lot of people with this brush on their face. But let's not just have this brush take center stage while stroking you on your face. I've got other items, other things. A simple toothbrush, the bristles, just a little bit more rough than the brush. Don't worry, I've never used it, but I can stroke you with this one as well. Doesn't it feel good on your face? I can see the approval of what you're telling me. It feels good, doesn't it? I can tell you this, that over my many years of being alive, I'm pretty much a master stroker of brushes on people's faces. I know just the right way to do it, to get a reaction out of someone. That is a positive reaction, where they always make a weird face. So, sort of their eyes are like, it seems that I can just hit the right spot when I stroke their face with a brush or my softer brush. Yes, that's the face right there, actually, the one you're making. Funny how I mention it and your face just all of a sudden created that look. But it obviously just means that I'm hitting the right spots, stroking you on your face. Now, before I get too deep into this, before I get carried away stroking you on the face, a couple measurements I'd just like to do on you. pretty much what I thought. Yes. Your face it's the perfect size. Well, you are the perfect size, I'll say. I can tell you there's been a lot of faces that I'd stroked, but yours is the perfect length. 8 inches from side to side on your face. I think I may, if it went across, yes. Sadly, I'm 6 inches, but you, my friend, solid 8 inches. I can tell you I've stroked 6 inches, 4s, 10s. People have very unique facial composures, but nothing makes me happier than when I get to stroke with a brush an 8-inch face. It's precisely what your face is. I always like to just roll my tape measures up. Very satisfying. Let's get back into this. I've got another tool here that I'd like to use. This is my little teeny tiny brush. It lets me just get into those little tiny spots. I was stroking you that whole time with a bigger brush and then a harder brush with bristles. So this one lets me stroke you in just those tiny little places that are really hard to get to on your face. But these are the ones that, honestly, feel the best. You know, when you can just get in and stroke that little tiny spot that no one's been able to reach on your face, yeah. Let me tell you, I don't like to gloat, but I'm pretty much a master at doing these. Now, I've got the little teeny tiny brush here. This is the one that can tickle those little spots. They definitely can get a reaction out of somebody. Anybody, if that's the case. But I've also got the other side, which is, you would think is for your eyelashes, but no. This one is to get deep into those crevices. You get in, and then you stroke the brush back and forth into those little crevices where it makes people create those faces again. The face, I don't know why, but it just hits all the right spots. I can tell you right now, your face is already looking incredible. It's radiant. You're glistening. And you keep making that face, though. Are you okay? I've seen it at least 3 or 4 times now. You just let me know if I need to stop stroking you on your face with the brush. That might cause you to not create that look, I guess we'll call it. Never mind, though. Just getting into those little teeny tiny crevices. Now, I've gotten all those little areas good with my brush. Let's bring out the big one again. We'll bring out the big brush, give you the final stroke. Or strokes, I guess, on your face. Really just finish you off now. Yeah, this is usually the part where people enjoy it the most that come to my shop. Yeah, I speed up the stroking of the brush on your face. I really try to make an impact so that you can really enjoy it. And then usually Usually they make that face and then it's over. But that just means that they got their money's worth at the salon here. They leave, their face looks impeccable, honestly. Just like yours. One final session here. Let me just stroke it really fast with the brush on your face. There we go. Perfect. You look incredible. I've never seen such a beautiful face before. Please, do come again to my salon. It's a beautiful place, and yes, I always encourage people to come back to my salon. I enjoy the business, so I'll see you next time you decide that you're looking for your face to get stroked by a brush. Welcome to a session of leg anatomy. I'll be going over a variety of the muscles, but more about just what you can do to work your leg muscles so that you can build nice, big, strong legs like this. Tree trunks, we'll call it. First things first, let's start from the bottom, and then we will move our way up the leg on each leg, really showcasing all of the muscles that can be built to build a foundation for your body. The first things first is obviously you've got your feet. Your feet are crucial in terms of building and standing on a foundation. The one thing about your feet, obviously, is there's no way to work specific muscles in your feet that can grow. But what you can do is you can work on stability of your ankle flexion, dorsiflexion. Creating mobility in your legs is honestly crucial so that you can conduct squats to build sizable legs. So that's step number one. Now let's move our way up. You've got your calves. Your calves are pretty crucial. I'm not the most flexible person in the world, so to build your calves, you need to be willing to do a lot of calf raises. Most people make the error of doing calf raises slow. These are fast twitch fibers, and in order to build fast twitch fibers, you need to pound them hard consistently in fast repetitions, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, in motions like this. You really have to pound them hard. They're not like your quads or your thighs or your inner adductors, which I'll get to later. Your calves need to be trained fast and hard and relentlessly pounding them. You want to annihilate them. What you can do is you want to take your calves and you want to flex them down. So down, you really want that stretch. So your feet are holding onto something and you want that stretch on the backside. I need to emphasize this. You need to have an enormous stretch on your calves, on the back end of it with your heels pointing down. And then when you go up like this, from the flexion to dorsiflexion, you want to go squeeze something so hard and then hold it for 2 seconds and then let it go. Let them fall again into that flexed session where your your heels are facing down closest to the floor. Try and do it where your heels are elevated off the floor, like so that you can go down lower than just having them flat, where you can't flex your heels down. Good. You got it. That's how you build big, strong calves. Now, let's get to my favorite muscle. It's called your teardrop muscle. It's a beautiful muscle. When worked properly, it creates a lot of stability from your knees bowing out. You don't want your knees to bow out. Having these ones here, these rock solid muscles, strong, stops you from bowing out like so. In order to work those, you can do leg extensions, where your legs are like so, and they go forwards. Think of it like this. You're sitting down, your legs are here, out, in, out, in. You want to go nice and slow, so you want to force it in, and then out, or force it out, and then pull back. Force it out, and pull back. Force it out, and really squeeze at the top part here, so that quad, this part of your muscle right here, gets a workout. The leg extension, that's what it's called, remember? That will work this muscle right here from all the way down. It's called the teardrop for a reason. When you go like this, and as you lose body fat, this muscle goes like this and goes right up into your leg there. It tapers off at the top right there. You don't want to imbalance them, so you want to make sure that when you do it, that each side gets a good squeeze, like so. I don't have the lowest body fat percentage, so it's hard to really emphasize that. There are other exercises that you can do to create this gob-stopping, thick and girthy and dense muscle. Those include doing goblet squats, where you're standing, you have your heels elevated on a plate or something underneath, and then you go into a squat, and you go down. You go like down into a squat, up, down into a squat, up, down into a squat. And you really want to go past the flexion point of your knee. So you want it to flex all the way. You sort of like you're squatting and you're sitting down as low as you can on your feet. Crucial, crucial, crucial. And make sure you hold the weight in front of your chest. A dumbbell, anything along those sorts. That will work your quads. And of course, you do get a minor workout on your sides here, working these muscles by doing leg extensions. But to build these even more, you would do squats, which I will talk about in more depth soon. You don't want to create a muscle imbalance. Work these as hard as you work your outside muscles. The more you work them, the more symmetry you can create in your leg. Don't be alarmed if this muscle seems lower than this. Its insertion point is down by the knee, whereas this one, your insertion point on the outside quad, above the knee. You should have a nice little section here. Those are your insertion points. They separate the muscles here and here. And then obviously as you go higher and higher, you can see that muscle continuing up the leg all the way where it locks into your hip muscle. So that's how you work your fronts. Now, in order to work your back muscles, massive portion. You have your adductors. Your adductors go right into your groin muscle on either side. And then your hamstrings are on the back side. These are your hamstrings. Obviously, because, like I said, I have a higher percentage of body fat. They are not as visible as if I was to lose a chunk of weight. In order to, we'll start with working your adductors and then moving into your hamstrings. A lot of people negate hamstrings. It's like biceps. They just forget to work on the triceps. And then you get this muscle imbalance where your biceps are huge compared to your triceps. But your triceps make up 2/3 of your entire arm. So why would you not want to work out the bigger muscle? Same thing here. Your quads are big. Your hamstrings, look at that. They take up a large portion of your leg. So don't neglect them. Now, to work your inner adductors, that's these muscles here that go all the way up into your inner groin. How you know you'll be working them? If you do sumo deadlifts. That's where your legs are spread as far as they can be apart. And you will then work these muscles. Your legs are far apart. You grab onto the bar like so. And then you pull up in a deadlift fashion. Because your legs are so spread apart, it forces the adductors of your legs to contract, to stabilize. That's how you'll know if you're working them. I guarantee it, and I only say that from experience. Other ways to work them, you can do machines where you can work your outside adductors and inside. There's machines that you can sit where you have to spread your legs out like so with weights and pads on the outside, so you're spreading like that. And because you're spreading your legs like that, that is forcing these muscles on the inside. Sorry, the outside, that's these muscles here that go right up the backside, all the way up to insertion points in either of your legs, all the way back here. Those will work. As I said, you're pushing out. You're working your outside. If your legs are starting like this on the machine and you're pulling in, like so, these are the pads. And pull in, pull in. You are working your inner adductors. Trust me, if you've never worked them before, you will most certainly feel them. Not only will you feel them for that day, you will feel them for many, many more days. It's funny when you work a muscle that you've never really worked before. You don't realize you have that muscle until you physically work it. And let me tell you, it's okay to be sore. It just means you've worked the muscle quite hard. Now, the hamstrings, these big honking muscles, these are probably the biggest and the densest and the largest muscles on your body in terms of sheer volume. Yes, your back, but as a single muscle group, I would like to say your hamstrings are the biggest ones by far. You can see just how big they really are. They connect from the backside of your knee, and they run all the way up the backside of your leg to your gluteus maximus back there. Your gluteus maximus is a very, very large and dense and strong muscle group. It can simultaneously get built by working on your legs. Exercises to work your hamstrings are single leg deadlifts. RDLs are called Romanian deadlifts, where you are stationary, and then if this is the backside of your body, you're pushing your butt out as far as you can while keeping your legs straight, holding onto a bar. That will keep your back straight, and it will elongate your hamstrings. You will feel a stretch. Start off light. Rome was not built in a day, and neither were some solid legs. In order to build legs, you have to do time under tension. Trust me, you'll thank yourself when you're older. A lot of people don't work their legs or their butt, and it affects them long term when they're older in terms of stability. Older people that do not work out their lower body are more prone to falling, having fractures in their legs, and back issues. Work your legs. You walk around all day to get from point A to B. You need your legs. Why not give them stability, or an abundance of stability? Now, to work your hamstrings, that's these. You can see the line. Do you see where the line forms? It goes all the way up your leg, from here up. You got your quads, and then you got a big meaty part on the back. If you were to lose weight, you would see this line start to separate more. I can't really do a flexing pose to really separate my hamstring, but you can see that line right there. So we're Romanian deadlifts in general, and you can do lying hamstring curl, where if this is your chest, you're lying down on a machine, and there's a hinge point right here, and these are your legs, and then you do that, and you will feel the contraction in your hamstrings. If you don't feel a contraction in your hamstrings, you're doing it wrong. So adjust your posture, adjust where the bar touches the back of your legs to create that pulling motion. If you feel it, you'll feel it. Trust me. And then there's many other ones, but those are the top 3 deadlifts: Romanian deadlifts and hamstring curl. Now, obviously, if you want to work the whole entire of your gluteus maximus, well, in order to have a big gluteus maximus, that's your butt, essentially, you want to do hip raises. You can also do deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, essentially anything that you're working your hamstring. Simultaneously, you will be working your gluteus maximus, aka your butt. You need to work your butt. If you don't, you're going to have stability issues, mobility issues as you get older. A study showed that people who don't work out their legs, like I said, are more prone to falling, injuries, femur injuries, hip issues, back issues. So why would you not work your legs? They get you from point A to B, like I said. Now, I hope that you've learned an abundance of information today on how to build your legs, how to symmetrically make them look good. Obviously, don't do any exercise where more weight is on your other. You will start to have an imbalance on your legs. You want to have equal legs. As you can see, I've been working out for many, many, many years. I would like to say that because I've treated each leg equally, they both equally look the same. Now, the only caveat to that is if you've broken a leg, obviously that leg will forcibly. Work it hard for, 4 to 5 months. Maybe at a 30% higher rep rate and weight than your other leg. Until you notice that your legs are similar again. Once they're similar, go back to working them evenly, equally. And the biggest thing is quality over quantity. Don't go into the gym with an ego thinking you can lift a lot. You could maybe, but focus on form. If you focus on form, you won't get injuries, you won't blow your knees out, rupture a hamstring, tear your quad. Take care of your legs. I hope you learned something today about your legs in general and how to make them look incredible. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, you're here for the fitness measurements. Is that correct? Where I'll be measuring all of your body parts to make sure that the working out is paying off. At least that's what you hired me for, is that right? Good. Let's start with the basics. Firstly, I can tell that well, you've been working out. It's quite apparent. I can tell that. Now, the bigger question is, how big did you get? I'll have to measure and find out. But I'm hoping that, throughout this, you can always pump your muscles up if you'd like to make sure that the measurements show an enlarged number. I'll leave that up to you. How does that sound? Good, let's do your biceps first, shall we? Let's test that out. My. That can't be right. I didn't realize that your muscles had gotten so big. Let's test the other one. Jeez Louise. Am I reading that right? Your biceps are 21 inches. Oh my goodness, I would have been happy with 6 inches, but 21, that's incredible. As your fitness trainer, part of this is I need to just hold it. I need to just wrap my hands around it and really feel for its density to make sure that what I'm seeing is correct. So I'll be placing my hands around it and giving it a squeeze. Is that all right? Yes, on your bicep. Oh, goodness. I need to touch the other one. I have to say, I'm a little shocked. Not only do you have an enormous bicep, but it's extremely hard as well. You've definitely been working out, and I can certainly see, given what I'm looking at, that personal fitness style, but incredible. You deserve a round of applause when something's that big. I'm very impressed. Shall we move on? Let's measure your forearms. Okay. Oh, gosh. That can't be right. Your biceps are 21 inches and your forearms are 16. Again, I'm always so happy if it's just 6 inches, but 16 inches just... that's incredible. Let me show you just how big 16 inches really is. Again, I'm just happy with 6 inches, but 16 on a forearm. Maybe we should be trading spots. Maybe you should be training me, teaching me how to get my muscles so big and strong. I forgot I have to do your other forearm. I'm so distracted. Let me just... Goodness gracious. Never seen biceps so big before. And your symmetry. The other forearm. Identical. 16 inches. I never thought I'd be so happy to say that somebody has a 16-inch forearm before. But here I am. Not only do you have an enormously big, hard bicep, but you accompany that with an enormously dense and thick forearm. You must be working out in the gym more than what I've told you to work out. I'm not complaining, trust me, as your personal trainer. Nothing excites me more than when my client gets extremely big and dense, long, thick and hard muscles to show off to everyone. Now, we've done the forearms and the biceps, so should we move to the chest? We'll see just how big you've really gotten. Let's place my tape measure behind your back there and just... My God. I need to watch what I'm saying here. As your personal fitness trainer, I can just say that you have a 60-inch chest. You maxed out the tape measure. I've never seen that before. Is it getting hot in here? Oh, it's just me. Oh, or is it just you? That, as a personal trainer, I can tell you that your chest is a work of art. The ability to slap on, just slapping on that muscle to your chest, just putting it all on to show off. I'm so happy that I get to be your trainer. You're putting me to shame, making me look like a pipsqueak. But maybe that's okay. I think it's good when the trainee is harder and longer, thicker than the trainer. It shows that I'm good at giving my I can't even call you a student. It shows that I'm good at giving my clients what they want. And in this case, well, I can just say, it looks like, based on what I can see so far, I've given you everything that you need to have such a symmetrical body so far. You for sure are going to win that bodybuilding show. Now let's go to the waist, because the waist is the most important part. Because if you have a big waist with a big chest, your symmetry is just off. Shall we? Let's have a look. You've done it again. Oh, you've done it again. I'm at a loss for words. What do you think your waist is? No, I'll tell you what it is. You have a 32-inch waist with a 60-inch chest, and you have a gigantic bicep with an enormous forearm. Oh, you have the golden body, your symmetry, the triangle of your chest, your back, and your lats, all connecting down to your little waist. Oh, it's perfection. It's better than perfection. It's a work of art. My client is a work of art. Oh. Let me just look at you for a bit. I need to inspect your chest again. The muscles are so dense. You're so hard. There's no words to state just how built you are. From forearms built like a machine, like a baseball bat, to biceps that just scream masculinity, the epitome of being a man having those biceps. You make mine look tiny compared to yours. My pimply, tiny 17-inch biceps. Oh, and your chest to your waist. Just let me grab onto your waist. Oh, look how tiny it is. Your waist, that is. Don't worry. Nothing else about you is tiny. Everything else is huge, enormous, thick. But your waist, a handful. I can rest both my hands and I can feel your hips. You have the beautiful golden V, where your lats and shoulders and back end at the waist on either side, creating that look that we all strive for as bodybuilders. I think, or I hope, that you know just how incredibly built you are. Oh, stop being so modest. You saw all those people there, and there. They're all looking at you. Now let's another session to look at your legs at another time. Those needed to be worshipped on their own, but let's finish off with your shoulders. Your back already looks incredible, that Christmas tree that you have at the bottom of your... I need to calm myself here. A deep breath in. Let's do your shoulders. Firstly, let's check your width to ratio. If your waist is 32 inches, if you had a 52-inch width, that would be it. Oh my God. I didn't think it was possible. I think. Are you? No. Are you the Hulk? You have a 32-inch waist. And from peak to peak on yours, bowling balls of shoulders. You have two enormous balls on each of your shoulders there. I'm not kidding, they are the size of bowling balls. Your shoulder from peak to peak, ball to ball, 52 inches. I'm not sure if you know how long that is. I stated at the beginning that I'm fine with 6 inches, but when we get to the shoulders, I would have been fine with 30. But you're 52 inches wide. And like I said, you have two balls on either side of your shoulder. One enormous ball here, the size of a bowling ball. And another one, you make mine, the size of a grapefruit, look like nothing. I need to reiterate just how special you are and how your genetics are just that of 1 in 8 billion. You're the only one I've seen. Let me reiterate, you have two huge balls on your shoulders. And I'm not kidding, these balls are huge, the size of a bowling ball. Next, you have an enormously large bicep. And you pair that up with another incredibly dense and thick bicep. Tailoring that down to the most scrumptious, delicious, long, thick, and hard forearms. And the best part is, you've done it again with 2 of them. Your chest, the muscle just slapped on. Incredible. And your waist is just... Oh, to did I get so lucky to have you as my client? There's nobody else in the world quite like you. And I have to say, we are so going to win that bodybuilding competition. The prize money is as good as yours. Trust me, you can have all of it. Just let me stand here and bask in all of your glory. Seems you're back for another haircut. I know, unfortunately, our AC machine is still broken, so it's gonna get hot in this barber shop, unfortunately. The sun is just starting to come up, so this is what we have to do in order to make it work. I do apologize, and I just want to make sure it's okay with you that the AC is not working. I need to make sure that my clients feel as comfortable as they can. So, good. So I'll just be giving you your standard haircut today. Gonna be trimming along your face there, clean up your eyebrows. Now, is there any other areas that need to be trimmed or cleaned? Okay, we'll see if we can get to those. For now, we'll be doing the haircut, trimming up the eyebrows. We're gonna make you look spot on, but I do apologize. It's hot in here. I'll do my best to keep you comfortable, but we'll just, you might see me just trying to really air myself out. If you see what I'm doing there, I need to, don't worry, I have deodorant on, and I have a nice cologne, so no smells will enter your nose. Let's just start with seeing what we got here. Just clean off your face here, make yourself look well, it's just actually to see what I'm looking for. Whew. Already, just gotta let these air out a bit. I do apologize. It's not very often that you go to a barber shop and their AC machine is broken in the middle of summer. It's all good. Perfect. So, let's just give a little comb here. Just see what I'm working with. Your hair is pretty coarse. It's looking pretty good though, don't worry. You just keep looking in that mirror there. You can just watch me work on you. If at any point you need to take a break, that's totally fine. It gives me the chance to air myself out a bit. Yeah, unfortunately, I do have, this has to unfortunately stay on. It's where I keep all my tools for cutting hair. Trust me, I would love to take this off. Do you know how much more I'd be able to breathe a lot better. Yeah, all of me would certainly be able to air myself out a little bit more, but That's okay. I'll take one for the team. Alright, so your hair's looking... It doesn't look too bad. There are some spots where it's a little long, but no worries. I'll certainly make it look spectacular. And then your eyebrows, well, those are more of a concern, I'd say. So just close your eyes, please. Wet your hair down. Good. Let's just pat off some of that water running down your face. Yeah, I know. All my colleagues, most barbers are men, but as you can see, we're all in just our attire today because, well, we got Bobby, we got Frankie, we got Joseph, we got Zane. They're all super hot as well. So what do you do in that? What do you do in that circumstance? Well, you just do with what you can. Whew, we're doing okay though. Don't worry. If it gets bad, please let me know. Let me know. Just let me know, and I'll go deal with it. Good. All right. So the communal cloth, but don't worry. I'm clean, trust me, so I can use it on your face. Okay, so do you have an idea of what I'm going to be doing, or you let me go with it? You let me take these scissors, and I'll just work my magic on you. Cool. So, all right, that's okay. We can work with that. So. You just sit there and look good. What's that? It's a retail sale. We don't sell these attires. Our barber clothing is actually from a retail sailor. Yeah, so you wouldn't want it. What's that? You're smelling. No, that can't be right. Sorry about that. Sorry. I'll just air myself out of bed here. Hopefully that makes it a little bit better for you. Alright, where were we? Let's get back to this. I need to bring out the course. Alright, let's just see what we've got working here. Just gonna have to brush your hair back a bit there. Now, do you just mind if I get a little close to you here? Really just inspecting your hairline. You have a beautiful hairline, by the way. Just stay still, close your eyes for a second, please. Thank you. you for a little longer in my chair, if that's okay with you. As I was saying, Zane, no, he is single. Why do you ask? You're single too, okay. Sorry. I didn't clue in there on what you were asking. You'd like his number? Hey, Zane. This person. Number. Your cell phone number. He says he'll talk to you afterwards. We're pretty cool. We're calm and relaxed here, and if there's an opportunity to meet someone, well, why throw that away and look at you? You're extremely good looking. If I'm being honest, I think you're a little too good looking for Zane. But don't tell him I told you that. What's that? Oh, no. You can... A little bit of a... Sorry. I know, it's so hot in here. I swear it's just getting hotter and hotter. That damn AC machine. The last time you were here, about 2 months ago for that haircut, I called the technician. He said he'd be here next Sunday. That was nearly 8 Sundays ago. You know what? It's probably my fault, actually. I should follow up with him. I shouldn't just think. But anyways. That feels much better. Much better. Alright. Now, I'm just going to wet your hair down a bit. See what we're looking at. Yeah. Just give me a second here. The bottle's stuck. Seems the solution's not too good. Might have to do it a little harder. Hopefully that opens it up so that I can spray a little bit. Alright, let's test that out. There we go. Perfect. Just wet your hair down a bit more. Honestly, just do this. You do that long enough, it'll spray. It gets gummed up sometimes. Just needs to get worked a little bit, and then also and then it works. It's finicky. Let's wipe your face off there. Sorry, I got a little bit too much of that liquid on you. I just got carried away when I was spraying you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to move your face like that. Now, one thing I'd like to do for this haircut here is I just need to make sure that I got your bangs correctly done. Just bear with me. Let's just make sure. Let's start with one side of this tape measure. I want to just make sure that, like, from each temple to temple looks perfect. So let's just okay. So 6 inches across. Perfect. Oh, I love it when it's like that. I swear, 6 inches is the perfect length from side to side. It looks great when you can get that perfect line between the center of your nose from, side temple to side temple. 6 inches is that magic number. Anybody tells you otherwise, well, they're just lying. At least for me, 6 inches is the number that I'm most happy with. When I'm going side to side there. Alright, let's brush your face off. Okay, you're already looking good. I know I was going to do a skin fade today, but with your head complexion, I thought that the way that your head looked, I just would trim around it. I would make it look incredible. And I have. Trust me, your head, it's the perfect shape. I love it. And when I've just snipped off those little parts on the side there, worked on the bangs a bit, got that spacing, the 6 inches on either side. It's like a chef's kiss. Oh, I'm sorry. I got so excited trimming your head there that sun is just beating down. It's so hot in here. Oh, I'm sorry, do you need to be wiped off? You look like you're a little hot too. There we go. How you feeling? Is that better? Good. Now, I think the haircut portion is quite nice now. You got some, looks like you're getting some hair on your ears there. I know, sorry. As we get, it looks like you're actually starting to get some hair on your ears there. As we get older, unfortunately, I can't really speak for the females, but men just get older. We start to grow hair on our ears. And if you'd like, I can do a little trim up of that because, well, you've seen those old grandpas. They got hair in their ears. And I'm sure that they're aware of it, but let's just trim those hairs up a bit on your ear there. Just don't move, please. Good, let's do that other ear. Where's my comb? Good. Give that little brush off. Ears look 20 years younger now. Good job. I'm so sorry. It's so hot. This barber shop is just... Next, because I had a client cancel, I'm going to call that heating and cooling company. I'm going to tell them to get their butts down here right afterwards. It's just too warm in here. And what's that saying? Almost done here. Yep, I'll send them down to you in a sec. Zane was just asking if I was almost done with you. He was asking for your number. I know. Seems that you've got an admirer. I tell you, Zane is pretty picky when it comes to people. But let me tell you, you need to be the picky one. You're much better looking than him, but I need to keep him here. He makes really good money for the company. So don't tell him. Now, let's just work on your eyebrows before I send you over to Zane. Give them a little... Give them a little Make sure that those eyebrows are symmetrical as well. Let's see. Magic 6 inches. Side to side. I tell you, 6 inches. Every barber should be working with 6 inches. It's the magic number for symmetrical looks on a face. Alright, I think we're done here. Let me look. You look great. Before I send you to Zane, Margaret at the front. No. Her payment is a comment, a like, and a subscribe. She doesn't need any actual cash from you, so when you see her, just say that Whoa sent you for a subscription service, a like, and a comment, and then head your way over to Zane. Zane, she's I'm all done with them. Yeah, they're gonna make their way to you. All done. He's looking forward to saying hi to you, so I'll let you go. Take care. Bye. Welcome to the training session. I'll be your trainer today, and I'll be teaching you how to work your body effectively to feel like you've been pounded all over after a session in the gym. Is there anything I can do for you before we get set? The light's a little strong in your eyes. Sure, let's bring that down. There we go. Is that a little better? Perfect. So, you've come in today, as I can see, for a session in the gym. You're new to this, are you? Okay. And do you know what you're trying to work out? Let me just have a look at your body here. Just have a gander, see what we were working with here. You've got excellent proportions, I must say, so just have a look. Yes, okay, I can see that you're well endowed in many areas in your body. You've got great biceps, legs like tree trunks, a tiny snatch waist, lats that just fill your body. Like I said, you're well endowed. Your muscles are spectacular. Maybe you want to train me. I could learn a thing or two from you. Alright, so before we begin, my name is Woe, and yours? Good, it's nice to meet you. So, you paid for the extra session to learn a little bit more about your body. Excellent. As your trainer, as your gym trainer, I will certainly maybe teach you a thing or two that you didn't know about your body. Good. Can you just, can you flex your bicep for me? Like this. Yeah, go ahead. You take your shirt off if you want, but I just want you to flex your bicep like so, please. Really show it off to me. Great. Let me just look at it. Keep that. One of the things about working out, you can let your bicep go. One of the things of working out is understanding contraction, and the longer that you hold a contraction, the more your muscle's gonna feel it. So go ahead with that bicep pose. Let me just. Quite thick, very dense, and the girth. You are quite blessed, I must say. How big is that? 23 inches. Are you sure? Let's not be as modest as that. Let's maybe bring you down to 17. You can make it a goal to work up to 23, but 23 inches is a lot to take. Not sure if you've ever seen what 23 inches looks like before. No, that's okay. Nice bicep. Let's see on the other one now. Go ahead. Flex that other arm for me. Give it a test. A nice squeeze. Ooh. Does it hurt when I squeeze it? No, good. Quite dense, but soft as well. Lots of girth. I love that. That is a thick, dense, and girthy looking bicep that you have. Now go ahead, just give me a double bicep pose like that. Go ahead. Let me look there. Yeah, okay. They look about even. Pretty even, I'd say. Maybe your left one's a little bit bigger, but that's nothing that we can't fix. Just put a little bit more emphasis on that other bicep. Good. Now, anything else that we're looking at here that you're looking to improve? Your chest. A lot of people want to work on their chest. They always want a bigger chest. That's okay. I want a bigger chest. They want a bigger chest. She wants a bigger chest. They all want bigger chests. Specifically yours. Now let me just have a look. To help, I'd like you to flex just this specific part of your chest. Do you know how to flex your top of your chest? Alright, so you're just going to stand your arms spread. You're going to fold your arms in like so. When you do that, it rounds your shoulders, and then I want you to squeeze your shoulders inwards. You should feel your upper chest in these areas contracting. So go ahead, bring them in. Let me have a gander. That is. So we're lacking a bit. Most people lack upper chest development. It's just not something that they have. A lot of people have underdeveloped upper chest, and then they have quite a defined lower chest. It's just what happens in human anatomy and the way that the body builds itself, but no worries at all. So let me just have another feel. Okay. Great. Okay. It's nothing that we can't fix. Ways to increase your upper chest. A lot of incline action, pushing up, like so. Instead of pushing out, you want to push up. Think of incline bench press, incline dumbbell bench press. Shoulders where you really are arching your back and pushing. You're trying to emphasize these front areas of your body. Good. Thanks. I've been working out quite a long time trying to build my upper chests. What do you think? Would you say that I'm building one? Give a flex. Sure, why not? I'm your trainer. You can see what you maybe want to look like. What do you think? Is this something that you would aspire to look like? Enough about me. I'm here for you. I'm here to train you. Well, I guess that we'll call this a consultation to start. You can put your shirt back on. As much fun as it would be to have our shirts off. Have everybody look at us. Let's not draw too much attention. Alright. So, chest, great. Arms, what about your back? You know, your back actually looks pretty darn good, I'd say. Like, I'm not really worried about it. You've obviously, I'm not, what do you do for work? You're a delivery guy. That makes sense. Oh, even a furniture, like moving of houses. It makes a lot of sense. Where you don't do a lot of pushing, but everything is pulling. You're pulling everything. That's why your back is so built. It makes sense why your biceps are bigger than the average person. But your back, like your traps here, your neck, and like your lats. Your lats are a little underdeveloped. That's these muscles. I guess I have to show you again. Your lats are these muscles right here. They look a little underdeveloped. Probably because you do so much pulling, like where you pull and you pull and you pull, but you don't ever reach down to activate your lats. When you have decent size lats, you can start to, most people stand there like this. You can't really see the lats, right? But when you arch, you can really flare your lats out. See, nothing. They're gone. And then they're back. Gone. And then they're back. Gone. And then they're back. Those are something we need to work on for you. And then your shoulders. Your shoulders look really good. Don't need to worry about those. Now, I don't think we need to have our shirts off anymore. You can put yours back on. Let me just, there's a tag here on my, there we go. I know, I just got this shirt, and the tag was rubbing my back. Perfect, okay, so, your back is good. We will work on your lats on either side. We will work on your chest here. Biceps, I think your biceps are, honestly, I think they're okay. I don't think there's something we need to worry about. Your midsection, let's see. Just lift your shirt up just a bit for me, please. Well, you're not shredded. That's okay. I don't think everybody should be shredded. Just a time and a place. Let me just flex your abs for me. Not bad, not bad. I can distinctly tell that you have an 8-pack. Most people only have 6. That's a lot. Everybody has the same amount of abs. It's your insertion points on what becomes visible. I can visibly see 8. Not extremely well, but go ahead, flex those abs for me. There's definitely 8 there. When I flex, I've got a little bit of fluff on my stomach, but when I flex, there's 6. That 8th one is well hidden down underneath my waistline, to the point that nobody would ever see it, unless I was just, in my birthday suit. But I'm not going to do that when I'm working out at the gym, or training my clients. Can you imagine? Boy, that would be quite the session. Okay. Now, let me look at you. Honestly, your stomach doesn't really need a lot of work. It's just a diet will shrink the waist. Same goes for everybody, so don't beat yourself up on that one. I've got some to lose as well. Your waist, like I said, you got a snatch waist, beautiful. In comparison to your shoulders, nice and broad. We want the triangle. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the triangle where your shoulders are out here, and then your waist sort of goes in, creates a nice looking symmetrical triangle. Keyword, symmetrical. Have you ever seen somebody that has not that you would, most people are pretty even on what they do with their body, but that has a asymmetrical body. It doesn't look that good. You want that triangle taper into your wrist like this. I know it looks like a heart, but just imagine a triangle. Widest part Raise your shoulders narrowest, your waist. Now, your legs. Your legs look pretty big. I personally don't believe that we need to work on them. You do a lot of lifting, a lot of squatting, and pressing up, so you got some tree trunks. They look really good, honestly. If you wanted to make them look better, maybe you could grow your calves a little bit. They're a little lacklusting, but your quads, good. Now turn around for me. Let me just check out those hamstrings. Bend over for me, please. Good, alright. Your hamstrings are a little lacking. You do a lot of pressing motions, but I don't really see your job having a lot of hamstring activation, so maybe you're a little bit, you're quad dominant. Not a bad thing, but could certainly work your hamstrings a bit, taking a little bit of the emphasis off of your quads. Even it out. How's that sound? And like I said, working your calves a little bit, that could certainly help. Overall though, what's your timeline? What are you thinking in terms of a goal here? 3 months, 6, 9, 12, 2 years? What? Rome wasn't built in a day, remember? It takes time under tension to build a body that you can be excited about. 6 months. We can do a lot in 6 months. Now, before we get into our gym session, are you looking to build muscle? Are you looking to sort of stay the same but do a little bit of recomposition? Change the way your body looks while maintaining the similar weight? Or are you looking to lose weight and sort of tighten things up a bit, look a little bit more shredded? Keep in mind, if you want to diet and lose weight, it will be hard. You will be hungry. There will be days where you do not want to work out. A calorie deficit is no walk in the park. Everything in your body will be saying, eat food. If you want to maintain, we'll just keep your calories at what it is to maintain your current weight, whatever that is, through our calculations. If you want to put on muscle, well, you're going to have to eat a little bit more daily. Not a lot. Not a lot more. Maybe 200 to 300 calories more a day to build muscle slowly. You don't want to put on too much fat while building muscle. So which one is it? Maintain. We can do that, certainly. So you're going to be eating, based on your height and everything, probably around upwards of 3,000 calories a day. Your height and your weight and your age, 3,000 calories a day to maintain it. That's including your activity. So to maintain your weight, 3,000 calories. But what we're going to try and do is we're going to up your protein, bring down your fats a little bit, because I saw what it said on there. They're a little high. And then we're going to use the rest of your calories for carbohydrates. We're going to be going for a rep range of 5 to 8, where you can't really even do 8. It's just that's the top tier number, and then we're going to do 2 sets to failure. A warm-up, 2 sets to absolute failure. Failure being 8. So make sure that rep range of weight gets you to 8, but no more. We want to stress the muscles. We want to create those little tiny tears. How's that sound? Good. Margaret at the front desk will give you your outline of what we've talked about. You can pay her. She only accepts likes and comments and subscriptions. That's all she likes. So she's going to ask you when you go up there to hit the like button. She's going to ask you to hit the subscribe button, and she's going to ask you to leave a comment. That's her form of payment. And I will see you in about 20 minutes where we will do our first workout. See you then. Bye. Welcome to your exam. I've got some things that I'd like to be doing to you today. Ideally, I would like to be measuring you and all of your body parts, if that's okay. There will be times where I get quite close to you that I will need to place my hands on your body at specific times to just get a concrete and solid measurement. Is that okay? Great. Yes, I've got my notebook here. Don't worry, I know your name. I'll be measuring you from, I'll loosely be measuring you around your head, and as I get down your body, I will be getting more and more detailed with my measurements. How does that sound? Good for you. Excellent. I'll just be starting with your forehead here. Just good. Excellent. My. Quite. Your proportions are unique. I'll use the word unique. I don't want to say they're bad, but there's always room for improvement, you know. Let's just just get that off over your head there. Well, your face is pretty. I'll use the word unique today. That'll be my word of choice. But some measurements here are just a little bit askew. I'm actually a little worried. Don't worry about what I write down. Don't look at my scribbles either. Us doctors have chicken scratch. But it all makes sense to me. Don't look. I'm just writing down all the measurements that I took. Well, now that we've quickly done your face, that wasn't too bad. Let's get your neck. Don't worry about how I measure. You just focus on looking good. What's that? Got a patient that just canceled on me there. Unfortunately, that's upsetting. What am I doing? Don't you worry, just your little pretty face. This is how I measure. Precisely. Your neck, you've got a 16-inch neck. My measurements, they all make sense to me. I look in that direction. How about you just have your sweet little face and you just be shush. You just enjoy the ambiance of me running my tape measure over your body. How does that sound? Good. Now, let's move to your chest. Quite the chest that you have, actually. Just as I thought. Incredible. said that would be the word choice there. Got a variety of measurements here. I could pretty much build you a suit based on the amount of measurements that I'm taking on you. Let's see what just looking at my chart here above on the back side. Yeah, just had to make sure that I was following up. Stop looking at my chart. Yeah, whatever I write here goes up onto the chart. Up there. Let's add that. Good. Shall we move down your body? Good. I like what I'm seeing. Down on your body there. Yeah, exactly. Just hold on for me 1 second here.
Shush. You shush.
No. Sit. And you lie down. Blue, go lie down. Blue, go lie down. Lie down. And you just stay. So, this tape measure is far too long. What's my most common measurement that I take? Well, when I measure it, usually it ends up being around 6 inches long. That's the average measurement. Oh. We'll stick with that. Good. I just need you to look at this, please. Just have a gander at that. Now, I like to always ask my patients this. Tell me when to stop. Tell me when you think this is 6 inches. You're sure you think this is 6 inches? Unfortunately, it's 8. Let's try it again. Tell me when to stop. For a foot. 1 foot. You're not too good at this. 14 inches. You should really get your math checked. If you think 6 inches is really 6 inches, maybe you're actually only measuring 4 inches when you measure. Just a little food for thought. This is good. No, I won't put that in my notes that you don't know what 6 inches looks like. Shall we write down some more notes? Let's see here. Just good. Patient does not know what 6 inches looks like. Embarrassing. Quite embarrassing. Underline that multiple times. Embarrassing. Good, now that I've got some measurements here, let's just check the rest of you. Well, that part's good. Let's check the rest of your body down there. Yes, just lower your shoulders on your shirt there a bit, please. Let's just have a gander. Work on that shoulder. Sorry, I got my trades mixed up there. I was just about to start working on your shoulder. I've got my doctor's hat on right now. I'm a chiropractor for my next appointment. Yes, I am a jack of all trades. Could you please just read this to me as I go out? Good. Did you read it? No. Good. Try again. Good. Try again. Good. I just moved your head there a little bit. Sorry about that. And what about now? Can you read read that number for me, please? What's the farthest number that you can read back from here? Good, and let's do that again. Farthest number you can read back. And, sorry about that, I dropped my tape measure. And farthest. I dropped it again. I was standing on it. And farthest again, you can see it. What's that number? 6 inches. You're learning. That will become your best friend, that number. 6 inches. Just repeat it back. I like 6 inches. I want 6 inches. I like 6. Good. So you're learning. Good. Now let's just fluff up your limit. Any other spots I've missed on your face? The most important part of measuring. The purpose. Well, the purpose here is just to, I'm trying to, yes, I'm a doctor, but I like to give tingles. Am I making you tingle? Tingle, tingle, tingle. Doctors like to make their patients feel really good as well. Trust me. Ignore this. I've just gotten it worked on recently, and I'm getting stuff covered up. Next time you come in for your appointment, it should look a lot better. That's just... How far can you see back? Oh, that 54 again. Hey, that's good. Your eyes are actually better than I thought. And again, can you read that number? 6. 6 inches, yes. Good. Let's just... That's odd. What's that? Nothing. I was just speaking to myself. Note to self. Patient has a very weird anatomy piece there. Sorry, I was just speaking to myself. Patient is odd and staring at me consistently. I'm actually a little freaked out. No, I never said this would be a standard medical exam where I measure you. It's fast, it's chaotic. It's what makes things interesting. It's what makes things fun. It's what gets my patients the ability to tingle. Let's see what other notes I'll say up there. Up there, good. Yes. Trekking along on my list here. Let's just cut this measuring tape in half. I don't need that much right now. As it goes in, can you see the numbers change? What about this side? Good. And what about this way? Do you see the numbers changing before your eyes? Can you see the farthest number? Good. Is it upside down? Excellent. Let's just give a little measure here, actually, on this piece of your face. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So far, so good. Write that down before I forget that information. Stop looking at my notes. This is patient confidentiality. I'm actually really unimpressed with you that you keep looking at my notes. Yeah, it's a blank page finally. You don't have something to look at. And there we go. Man, I've never taken this many measurements on a patient. You're downstairs. Unfortunately, no, I will not be taking measurements of your waist below today. That's for another time. When? Well, you'll have to make that decision on your own. I can't really tell you when the next time is I'll be doing that. Now, let's just have a look at your waist here. Let's just open that up. Open that waist up. Open it up. Good. Start at the end there and then really just work. Good, let's bring that in again, shall we? Perfect. Just hold steady, please. That's wonderful. We're nearly done. Just keep your body straight for me, straight. Make your back super straight. Good. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. Apologize, didn't mean to hit you there. Good. I'm just gonna get a little close to you again here. Just get a little bit, what have we got up here on the chart? Okay, things are looking good. I'd say I'm pretty close to being done this exam. Do you have any questions for me so far? You don't? Are you sure? Now's the time. It's totally, honestly, like the time. Like, this is where I like my patients to ask questions. Why am I focused on 6 inches? It's just a number I like. I think it's the perfect length. Oh, I'm glad you agree. See, it's wearing off on you. It's a wonderful number. 6 inches. Beautiful. B-E-A. Beautiful. Good, let's take a gander. All the rest of you there. You're looking pretty good. Couple questions I gotta ask for you. How's your weight? Good. When did you eat your last meal? And what was it? What? Really that? Why would you do that? That's what you have for breakfast. It's a little odd, I'd say. Just a tad. What's that? No, I was just taking a look at my screen up there. My teeth. What about them? They're nice. Oh, super kind of you to say. What do? I brush them. I brush them twice a day, actually, and then I floss 3 times a day. After I have snacks throughout the day. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I always floss between those meals because you don't want it stuck in your mouth. That's how bacteria builds up. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Now, let's just check that one last piece here. Just and there we go. And just let that bring that up a bit. That's perfect. I'm actually really happy. I'm honestly really stoked about what we've done today. So if you don't have any questions, Margaret will meet you out at the front desk there. Comment, like, and a subscribe. That's her terms of payment that she likes. No, you don't have to pay me any money. Just a comment, a like, and a subscribe. That's all Margaret wants as a payment. So, well, hopefully I see you in 3 months and your measurements have changed. Yeah, 6 inches. I know it's a good number. see you in 3 months. Take care. Bye. So you're here for your personal training session, is that right? Well, as you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion, and I'd like to know, what is this attire that you're wearing? I can see you've got some sweats on. That's okay, but what is this shirt? I said when you came for your personal training session that you would need to wear attire that shows off your muscles so that I can really get a good feel for them. You'll have to, you've got something on your face there. Just let me have a gander. Sorry, you've got a bunch of stuff all over your face. Anyways, as I was saying, you'll need to take your shirt off so that I can really see your muscles, because the shirt that you're wearing is not really revealing, or revealing as much as I'd like to see. So go ahead, take that shirt off, please. Don't be shy. I've seen many people. All right. You don't mind if I touch you a little bit on your shoulders, your arms, your stomach, your back, your chest? Good. I just want to feel your shoulders here. Wow, they're quite firm. Do you do shoulder exercises? Sort of like pieces, lat raises, front delts, or rear delts? Do you do workouts like that at all? You do, good. I can tell your shoulders are, not only are they dense, there's a lot of girth. When you have girth, it really shows. It shows. And I can see that. And so let me just have a feel of your biceps. It's pretty firm. The other one now. Don't worry, that one's just as firm. That one's actually a little bit more thick. Now, can you just do a double bicep pose for me? You don't know what that is? Okay. I'll give you an example. So I'd like you to stand like so, arms up, and just bring your arms together. A nice flex like this for me. Can you do that? Good. I don't care which way you shape your arms, but if you can shape them in, it'll make them peak on your bicep that much more. Now go ahead. I can tell that you don't skip upper body day, do you? It's very apparent that you don't. We'll have a look at the legs another time. I don't know if we'll have enough, but I really want to make sure that what I'm looking at here is adequate for my training services. Yes, I know you are quite the specimen, that's for sure. Now, do you mind if I touch your chest? Feel the density of your chest. See how thick it really is. Do you have depth on it? Do you mind? Good. Not bad. Let's try the other side. Do you like when I make eye contact with you when I'm touching your chest? Not bad, not bad. I can see that there's some definition there. Definite muscle, so you don't skip chest day. That's a good thing. I'd be a little upset if you told me that you didn't do chest. Now, a little bit harder, but I'd like you to just stand there like so and bring your arms together. Really push your hands together like that for me. It lets me see the definition of your inner chest. You can see on mine. You see that line? That's what I'm looking for. So go ahead and do that for me. I'm just going to have a feel of that line there. You do have some separation between each of your chest muscles. That is a good thing. It just shows me that you work each one individually. Also, a good thing. Now, can you do a back bicep pose for me? Same as the front pose, but I just need you to do the back. I'd like you to turn around for me. I'll give you an example. Just like that. I'd like to see what your shoulders look like and the peaks of your biceps, so go ahead and give a turn. You certainly do work your back. Those are the biggest muscles I've seen in quite some time. Do you mind if I just give them a tap? I'm just feeling to make sure that no imperfections in there. A little push. Let's see this side. You certainly know how to get your trainer's attention. Here I am, supposed to be inspecting you, and I'm just getting distracted by you. Good. So, your biceps look magnificent. Your chest is just, it's out of this world. I can certainly tell that you've been working out for many, many years, and your back muscle looks phenomenal. Lastly, I'd like for you to just flex your abs for me, please. Don't worry, I won't be upset if you don't have a six-pack. It's a little bit too much anyways, so go ahead, flex. So I need you to squeeze your stomach together. Just let me have a peek there. It's not fully defined, but that's okay. I'm not really expecting it to be, but they're there. I can feel each individual segment, though, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can feel all 6 of your abs. Just a tiny little layer above them that's making them not as visible as they could be, but that's okay. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for longevity. I don't need you to be competition ready all year round. Good. And then your waist. Do you know the size of your waist? Good. Yes, we are looking for one more muscle group here. That's your lats. That's these. So I'll give you an example. I'd like for you to do a lat spread. Can you do that? You're not sure what that's okay. So you're going to be putting your thumbs on the back side of your hips. Backside of your hips, and then you're going to be flaring your elbows forward. And you watch my lats. They will come forward. This is what I want you to do. Do you see that? Do you see how you flared? Put thumbs on your hips. Flare your elbows forward. Your lats will spread. Like so. Right there. Right there. Go ahead. Good. I'm asking you to do that because I want to see the ratio of shoulders and lats to your waist. Do you look like this, or do you look like that? We're going for this look, and you do have that look. We call it the golden triangle. You want to have that appearance when you're wearing a shirt. Your shoulders are wider than your hips. It gives this athleticism look. So, now that I have all this information, we can get to the first workout of your upper body, and then the next time we will do a whole a session of your lower body from your hips down to your toes, where we will investigate your legs and gluteus maximus, inner and outer thighs, etc. For now, let's get on to the workout. Let's see how much I can really pump you up on your upper body.